Yep. So here we are in Timman Fire, the Fire Mountains in Lanzarote. It's probably the most iconic vision people from around the world have of Lanzarote. Both sides of the road here you can see lava that flowed from the eruptions in the 1760s. This is a Via Ciclista, so it's a fairly heavily speed limited road, but it's one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and one of the newest places on Earth as well. There are meters and meters of lava and ash that we're driving on at the moment, and underneath some of these there are villages that were buried at the time of the eruptions. Nobody died during the eruptions, but it completely changed the face of Lanzarote when it happened, and they lasted about 6 years. So we've driven from the northernmost tip of Lanzarote, which is a village called Orsila, right through the centre of the island. We went past Monumento de Campesino, which is literally the geographical centre of the island, and we're just coming into Timman Fire now. So how's your day been, Julie?
It's not gone all according to plan, has it? But we've had a great day. I mean, off to a fabulous start this morning. With breakfast in Caleta de Ceibo. We had fish bocadillo, typical fisherman's breakfast. And then we took a jeep taxi to Playa Francesa. And then from there we walked to the next beach along Playa de la Casina, and we were the only ones on the beach. It was amazing.
And we went snorkeling?
Straight in the water, snorkeling, yeah. Fantastic. I have to say there was a few people turned up afterwards, but for quite a while we had the beach to ourselves, which was just lovely. The bit that didn't go according to plan is our jeep taxi driver was meant to pick us up again to go for a tour after the beach, and he arrived but picked up a different group, then said he'd send a mate, and half an hour later we were still waiting, so we gave up, walked the 3 kilometres along the coast back into Caleta del Ceibo, and had fabulous lunch in the harbour.
And we're just coming into Mancha Blanca. Am I going left here?
Yes, please.
I thought I was. Just coming into Mancha Blanca, which excuse me, which is the village that is home to the Romeria Los Dolores, which is the annual pilgrimage that all of us, thank you, annual pilgrimage that all of us in Lanzarote do once a year to thank the Virgin Dolores for saving the village from the eruptions. And what we'll do is sign off now, but when we get to the really scenic part of Timman Fire, we'll do another short sequence. What do you think, Julie?
Sounds great.
Okay. This is a section of road I absolutely love. We used to cycle this a lot when we were training for Ironman, and you could just completely lose yourself. Lovely smooth surface, nice bends, and some good up and downhill sections as well. We've got grapes on both sides of us, so this is very much a part of the wine region here, and they're in leaf at the moment. Not been picked yet, harvested yet, but that's coming in the next few weeks, isn't it, Julie?
It is. Usually the first to harvest, aren't they, in the Northern Hemisphere?
Yeah, exactly. The earliest harvest in the Northern Hemisphere.
We have the fiesta on the 15th of August, which is usually the end of it, so they've got a couple of busy weeks coming up.
Okay, and it's really hard work harvesting the grapes here. It has to all be done by hand because they're buried in the ash quite deep down in hoyos.
So this road runs parallel with another road in the wine region, and it's a lovely 30-kilometre section, isn't it? You can do a round route on it for a drive or cycling, and it's just, then you get to see the wine region and the Timman Fire National Park at the same time.
Yep, it's fabulous cycling around here, and these are, as I mentioned before, Via Ciclista, which doesn't mean bikes have right of way, but there's a low speed limit, and drivers are expected to give lots of room to cyclists along here, and expect to see them, of course. So these are my favourite bits because the road's literally been carved out of a lava flow. You don't want to come off the road here on either a bike or in a car because it will absolutely tear you or the car apart.
They call it the Mal Pais, don't they, with the Badlands?
Yeah, the Badlands.
So it's really difficult to walk on, to navigate.
And you can imagine before this road came in, I mean, imagine trying to walk across this stuff or get things across it. It would be almost impossible. So we've almost come to the far south of the island. This is the salt pans of Hanubio. You see the piles of salt there. Salt water comes into the lagoon and gets pumped into these, looks like fields almost of salt, and then as the water evaporates they're scraped off. Salt used to be one of Lanzarote's biggest industries. It was used a great deal for preserving fish before refrigeration. This one's been here for a couple of 100 years, and they used to export it as well, so they'd sell Lanzarote sea salt all over the world. So we've reached Playa Blanca, and we're staying in a hotel tonight before setting off to Fuerteventura tomorrow. Our ferry is the Fred Olsen ferry. It isn't here, it lives in Coralejo across the water overnight. We've just walked down to the Cofradia, which is the fishermen's cooperative here, and it's rocking with a party. It's go on Julie, feel free to zoom for me.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
Okay, so you can see a bit better. It's rocking with a party at the moment. It is Fiesta del Carmen, which is the fishermen's patron saint. So the promenade's all lit up. It looks very pleasant this evening. Lots of people in the restaurants. We just ran into a couple of friends that we know, or we've known for years on the island. They shouted across and we had a natter with them. Quite a breeze down here, but apparently our friends are telling us it's been a very hot day in Playa Blanca. So we're going to find somewhere to eat now.